Hey, what's up everybody? It is Kellen here from Start Your Systems, and today we are in Monster Energy Supercross 3, the official video game, as I've made 4 of the first 6 rounds of the 2021 Monster Energy Supercross Championship. The track maps for the first 6 rounds were released. 2 of the rounds have right-hand first turns, and they're going to be like a little bit difficult to make, so I just made all the ones with left-hand first turns, and we're going to jump in and talk about them. Alrighty, so the first track here, obviously 2021 Houston 1, going to be on January 16th. 2021 will be the opening round of the season. No Anaheims this year, at least not yet. Maybe they will add those California races later. We're not quite sure. So the first, like I said, 6 track maps were released, the 3 in Houston and the 3 in Indy. And this is essentially going to be what round 1's track will look like. There probably are a little bit, different details that they'll either add or take away from the track once it's actually built, but I tried to build it with everything that we have available in Monster Energy Supercross 3, which, sometimes they don't actually have the right things or right models, so there's going to be a little bit of differences, like I said. But so far, I do kind of like this track. It is interesting. It seems like it's not that short for a football stadium track. Houston has the ability to kind of go under the stands in that one corner that I just went through back there. So it kind of adds to the length of the track a little bit there. The rhythm lanes are kind of boring. I just messed this one up really bad, but there's like maybe 2 options you can pull through there. And then this first one, they might make that so you can double over the start, but I doubt it's going to be that way. So it's really going to be pretty simple. Triple on off, and then either triple single or double into the corner, then a little triple out of this corner, and down here to the finish line, little kind of like wall double, I think is what that's going to be, and then the finish line jump followed by a step on, step off into a U-turn, and then the lone Supercross triple on the track, because after this one you get down for this corner, turn back onto the start straight, and go straight on from turn 1 into this corner. Got a little like roller to set you up for this berm back here, and then double back across over the start straight, and then the lone set of whoops. Not too long of a set of whoops, but it is the first round, so they always kind of make it usually a little bit easier for everybody to get acclimated. And then there's one of the rhythm options that you can do through there. And then, like I said, this one is pretty just straightforward, tripling on and kind of following the flow through for the rest of the section there. So not, gnarly, crazy, awesome, wild, different first track of the year, but that's pretty standard for Feld and Dirtworks and all those guys. They usually try to make a track that more or less is going to be kind of safe and easy for the first round, just so that everybody's going to be healthy at the first round. They want to make sure everybody gets through the first couple rounds. So building some gnarly super tech track at the first round isn't always the way they go about it. So I can understand kind of why it's built this way, and I don't think it's a bad track at all. Before I get too deep, this is on the PS4 that I'm playing on right now. If you'd like me to build it on the Xbox One as well, let's go ahead and give you guys another like challenge. You guys knocked it out of the park with the Every Inch SX track. So I'm going to ask you guys again, if you can get it up to 500 likes, I'll build these 4 tracks on Xbox One as well. And I don't have any room left to build tracks on my PC, so that's why I've converted over to my PS4 to actually do these gameplay videos now. It's a lot easier to record on my PC, quite honestly, but now we've moved over to the PS4, and I'm sure I'll run out of slots eventually on the PS4 and have to move to Xbox or something like that. But maybe the new game will come out before then, as moving into the new season here pretty soon. So yeah, like I said, not particularly wild, epic, crazy track or anything like that. What I do like about it is that it's a unique opportunity where the first round isn't a baseball stadium for the first time in a very long time. So as it's a football stadium, you'll notice there's just a freaking ton of 180-degree corners and long straightaways, which you ask any Supercross rider, and that's what they like the most, is having the option to kind of set up passes when they're available, and long straightaways with 180 corners is pretty much the best way to do that. So I feel like this is a really good track for what the riders like, which is, long, flowy rhythm sections, 180 corners. We really only have these 290s right here at the end of the stadium, and then it just goes back and forth repeatedly. So kind of, curious to see whether or not that will set up more passing, or if it turns maybe to one line because the track is fairly simplistic and easy. But at least we know now what the first round will look like of the 2021 Monster Energy Supercross series. And oh, before I move on, this one is called 2021 Houston 1. So 2021 Space Houston Space 1 on the PS4. If that's not going to show up when you guys search that, you can also search for my gamer tag, Osari, Osari, and you can add me if you want as well. I don't always have time to play, but sometimes I'm around and available to play a little bit. So yeah, here's Houston 1. Let's move on to Houston 2. Alrighty, on to Houston 2, and what you're going to notice about this track is that lane-wise, there's not a whole lot of differences from Houston 1 to Houston 2. It's basically the same layout, but it actually goes in reverse, and then there's, you know, probably some different rhythm lanes and stuff like that mixed in here as well. But that's going to be kind of the status quo, I think, that we're going to run into this year with the you know, triple headers. There's only going to be 3 days between each race. We kind of saw this at Salt Lake City as well, where, you know, they kind of left the tracks fairly similar from the shorter breaks. This is going to be on the Tuesday following the first Saturday race of the year. And so this is going to be on January 19th. So the third round of the series will be a little bit bigger of a break. It's Tuesday to Saturday. It's only 1 day extra, but that's when you'll see they'll add a little bit more nuanced details to the tracks for the third round. Like I said, this is kind of just the first track in reverse. There is a little bit of differences here. Obviously, there's a sand section here, and then the rhythm lanes aren't the exact same either. They changed those up a little bit as I'm playing like absolute crap here. It doesn't seem like there's too many different options through the rhythm lanes. Again, there is a weird section after this first turn complex. You triple here, and then this one looks like it's going to be really hard. You got an uphill Dragon's Back that drops down, and I guess you just table over single or perhaps quad, soak up this single, and then jump over the start straight again. It seems like, I mean, I had to build it kind of tight and technical in this game. I don't know if it's going to be that tight and technical in real life. And sometimes they, you know, build something and then realize it's going to be too awkward or weird, and they remove a jump. In all honesty, I could see that table in the middle of that section being removed, so it just becomes a Dragon's Back into 4 singles, the last one being a little bit of a roller so you can soak it up. But yeah, I think that the rest of the track's probably going to be pretty close to this, into the sand section, and you triple in here. It's a really big triple after that because they're the end of the straightaway. I didn't build it 100% perfectly right because I noticed my mistake after I actually uploaded this. But it's 4 of the 3-foot singles, and then it goes 3, 4, 5, 4, 3 to end at the rhythm section with the 3-foot, 4-foot, 5-foot, 4-foot, and 3-foot singles at the end for the last 5 jumps. So again, didn't build it perfect. But you kind of get the gist of what it will probably race as, which is triple through there, unless the sand section soaks up too much of their speed. Maybe they make that sand section really deep, in which case you have to double in, and then I'm assuming you probably go triple single, maybe triple quad at the end of the rhythm lane, but really not too many, you know, different lines that you can take on the track pretty much elsewhere. It's really just this rhythm section where you have the potential to do something different than this triple line, which again I keep bottling up. I can do it just fine when I'm not playing, and then or when I'm not recording, and then as soon as I hit record, just mess it up on repeat. But triple here in this game, because you're going fast enough, you definitely can quad double there. But I don't know, it just seems kind of silly to show it off in a video. There's the line I was trying to get: Dragon's Back over, then quad down into the double over the start area. Then the single launches you back down onto the start straight, sharp U-turn here, and then the Supercross triple's in the exact same spot as it was before, just reversed. And then this was the on-off, but now you're going reverse down a whoop section to the finish line jump, which, remember, the finish line jump was a like table roller into the finish line jump. Now it's the finish line takeoff down that what would have been the takeoff or the roller. So here we go, triple. Now I got it just fine. That's how you do that section there. And then, like I said, you can quad right here too, but I don't think they would do that in real life, probably. I think you can get off the top of this and land on the table, and then kind of like, I guess, triple off the table, but probably not going to get it good in this video. So yeah, I don't know. Kind of interesting track, very similar to the first round where it's just a lot of 180s back and forth. They basically just cut the start 1 extra lane, you know, over inside so that it makes you go backwards on the track, but it's pretty much the same design in reverse. with just some different rhythm sections. Probably going to be pretty good for passing again. I don't see why the first round would make great passing and this round wouldn't, or vice versa. Maybe the first round sucks for passing and then this round also sucks for passing. And usually speaking, the Dirtworks guys, if they see something that's weird about the first round or something, they'll probably make a change for the second round too. So don't etch this in as stone, as this is going to be exactly how the tracks are built or anything like that. Just giving you the rendition that they give us off the 3D map and see kind of what it plays like. And yeah, this is Houston 2. And remember, so Houston 3, it has a right-handed first corner, and the same thing happens with Indy, where the right-handed first corner also has on the inside of the corner the track doubling back on it. So why I can't build like a left-handed first corner in this game that would work. And I get it, you guys will say like, yeah, there's a way to build right-handed first corners, but you need that first corner to double back on itself because you need to connect the track there on the inside of the corners. So that's why I can't really do it in the game. I'm sure I'll figure out a way to just add the start like outside of the actual track area for when I do this later, probably when the races come around or something like that. But that's why I just didn't want to take the time to mess around with that. I wanted to build the 4 tracks that I knew were going to be easy to build. And yeah, this is Houston 2. Let's go ahead and move on to Indy 1. All right, on to Indy 1, and I forgot to mention the name of the Houston track before. That is 2021 Houston 1, 2021 Space Houston Space 1 for that track. This one is called 2021 Indy SX1, and that's going to be the same naming format for Indy SX2. So it's 2021 Space Indy Space SX Space 1 on the PS4. Again, if you want to look up my gamer tag, just Osari, O-S-A-R-I. It's probably easier to find the tracks that way. Dang, I didn't think I was going to be able to quad right there. But yeah, so this track, one of the things that I wanted to just touch on briefly before I get into talking about the track was there is a kind of like a 75-degree turn up here that leads down like a whoop section in the back. I had to make it a 60-degree corner and make the whoop section go out way farther than it really is. You're going to see it's probably going to go more to the left in real life. But that's just because I needed to squeeze this little double in before the finish line jump. And in this game, the finish line structures have super long straightaways in front of them always. You can't make like a jump right into a finish line structure in this game. So it's a little bit weird because of that. It goes out a little bit farther than it probably should. But you get the gist of the track kind of everywhere else and what it's supposed to look like. I just wanted to hit on that before you guys inevitably said like, oh, that looks stupid. Why'd you not build it correctly? So yeah, the rest of the track though, yeah, first over-under bridge incorporated on the season that we'll see. Usually over-under bridges, unfortunately, kind of make the track a little bit more one line than you realize just because it creates consecutive turns in the same direction. Like, look, we've been just going left-handed turns. Really, there's only one right-handed corner on this track, actually, now that I think about it. So you have this left into the finish line jump. You got a little double, and you get on the gas to clear the finish line jump over the first turn structure. Then a little triple after that into this left-hand bowl corner. Then you have a really pretty short whoop section here. Cross the start straight, and here's the single right-handed corner on the track right there. As you come back down the start straight into this corner, under the bridge, all left-hand, double apex left-hander. Then you triple through this section into a left-handed bowl corner. So you go through that corner, then you have the lone Supercross triple on the track right here into an over-under bridge. It's probably going to be built kind of like a wall tunnel jump like it usually is. Long left-handed sweeper again into this section, and I'll explain something about that section in just a second. But at the end of this section, again, left-handed kind of 60-degree corner into a whoop section, and then a long left-handed sweeper here into this small double and back to the finish line. So again, like I said, over-under bridges, a lot of people always say like you should add more over-under bridges to the series, to the championship. But what you kind of miss there is that you always add consecutive corners, or most likely you're going to add consecutive corners that don't double back on, well, they double back on themselves and create the same direction of a corner, either it's a left or a right on repeats. So it kind of makes passing a little bit harder because you can't really set up someone from outside to in. You always have to try to, knife a corner harder, or, get to a section just kind of cleaner and get to the inside after that. And like I said, racers usually talk about how frustrating it is when a track hits one line and it's like impossible to pass. And I feel like this this one kind of has the potential to maybe do that, I think. Not 100% sold that it's going to be a pass list track in Super 1 line, just because it's fairly technical, but I can also see why it would maybe break down in a way that would inhibit some passing. Now, one thing, like I said, I didn't want to mention, you got this whoop section here, you turn around here, you go back down the start straight. That back rhythm section, the way I built it was, triple, triple, triple. You triple over a big 5-foot single down the backside of that, and then, 3-5-3, 3-5-3, triple, triple on the way out. On the map, it shows the third jump of that as like a pseudo table kind of thing. It doesn't look like it's long enough to really be an on-off, so I really kind of feel these guys are going to triple over out of the sweeper of whatever that table thing is, and then triple the rest of the section. Again, I could have put a table there, but I think it would have set up the section wrong. Maybe they do build it with a table there. I'll leave that up to their discretion of whether or not that's how they build it, but I just built it how I think it will probably race, which is just that triple over, triple line. I'm probably wrong because I usually am, but I just figured, take a gamble there and make it flow a little bit better, or maybe more close to realistic. Because I do think that back section actually flows really, really well. I like the flow of the, triple over, and then you just kind of stay low on those 2 triples out and set yourself up for the whoops really well. So overall, like the flow of this track, I actually really like it. I think it's probably one of the best of the 4 that I built, but I fully understand why passing wise it might be a little bit tricky. So we'll have to see how that shapes out. But Indy 2, 2021 Indy SX, Indy 1, Indy SX 1 on the PS4 if you guys want to try it out. And let's move on to the last one, Indy SX 2. All right, on to the last track that I'm going to show here today. Again, the third Indy Supercross has that right-handed first corner. I'll just talk about it here briefly at the end. But Indy SX2 here, full length of the stadium start, pretty much the only one of the tracks I made so far that has it. And a really long first rhythm section here. And then this is supposed to be kind of like another wall double thing, but I just built it as like a step-up double so that it kind of pitches you high and you don't really have the opportunity to carry a lot of forward momentum. Finish line jump into 3 rollers, sharp 180 left-hand corner. Feels very Houston-y so far. I totally understand that. But then it breaks off and does something different here. You cross over the start here, under the bridge, which is pretty much in the same spot as it was the week, or 3 days before on the Indy SX 1 track. Turn around here, and then a really short whoop section, really the only whoop section on the track, into this big jump over the tunnel. It literally has a big single before the tunnel on the track map for real, so I just put that there. Then a wall jump into a U-turn, triple back across the start, and then connect with the first corner again. So interesting track. Seems like it might open up a few more opportunities for passing. There's a couple more of that, like left right kind of sequence thing. It's not so obvious, though. I feel like maybe this section here is probably going to be your best opportunity to set up a pass before this triple. Maybe trying to set up something crossing over on the over-under, perhaps, or maybe the wall jump after it. But really kind of, again, the same things as before, where it's pretty consistently like left-hand corners sequenced after each other. There is this little right 90 to break up the left corner sequence, but I don't know if it's enough really to set anything good up for a pass, because I have a feeling this 90 is going to be super one-lined with where they land and just cut across the start line. So maybe this bowl corner offers some opportunities, but then pretty much all these left 90s till the finish line don't offer much. You just kind of settle in and hit the same rhythm line as the guy in front of you, most likely. Pretty straightforward rhythm section. I don't know if they're going to do much anything different than what I'm doing there. They might double in, and then I guess you would do kind of the same thing at the end. If they build the sweeper big enough, then maybe those guys quad over, but I tried to inhibit you from doing that in the sweeper by making it a sharp left into this section, just because I don't feel like that's going to be a line they do. But there are opportunities. There's this section where you can check up, double, step on, step off instead of triple and then table over single. I think I said the whoops are really small, then the big tunnel jump here. Yeah, so I don't know, like not much is crazy about this track either. I like the design. I feel like flow-wise, it's pretty good. Again, like there's nothing that stands out to me as like, that's going to be a momentum killer, or, it's just basically a dumb section or anything like that. So I feel like a pretty good job done there. Just kind of, I guess we'll have to wait and see how it races. It does to me look like it will be a little bit more one line than those first two Houstons, but again, the dirt, it does break down a little bit more in Indy than it does in Houston. Houston's tends to stay, fairly hard packed, kind of got that Texas clay. Indy in the past has traditionally broken down and gotten a little bit ruddier, so that might, create some more lines and opportunities for guys. I'm not 100% sure how that will work and what have you. But yeah, Indy SX2, 2021 Indy SX2 on the PS4. As a reminder, the third Indy SX has that right-handed first corner, again, that has a section of the track that meets up in the inside of the first corner, so you'd have to make, a really weird kind of looping first corner to make that even kind of work. I'll probably work on it and adjust it a little bit and maybe try to come up with a solution there. But yeah, these are all the tracks that the first 6 rounds that have been released. As the tracks keep coming, I may keep making these tracks and kind of get like a pre-2021 Supercross track list built out or something like that. Usually I like saving these tracks and only posting and talking about them once the real race is actually happening, so that way I can maybe fix them up to be a little bit more close to what it will be in real life. But as the tracks have released and there's not a whole lot of news going on right now, there are some things that I'm going to hit on in another video, but the tracks being released is always kind of an exciting thing to talk about, and a topic that in the off season keeps the buzz going a little bit. So wanted to make them in Monster Energy Supercross 3. Again, this is on the PS4. Hit that like button if you guys like this video and you want to get it to 500 likes for those Xbox people. Always like, including everybody. I'm going to get to work on that every inch SX track here pretty quick on both consoles so that we can make another video and talk about those. But appreciate it as always, you guys stopping by watching another video here on Start Your Systems. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. And as always, we'll see you guys in the next one. So long for now.